Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare a better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me. Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a... So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging, especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rig. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to... then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a... Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, but one thing I do know is this. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me.
No? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing... There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and my informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them. No questions asked. And you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend? But, well, it's okay. Because I just thought of a fun and easy way. This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call.
So, what
do you think? What does your heart tell you?
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude.
Follow the wind.
You're always so busy. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Now I remember why you're an honorary... Your honest character is dazzling to behold. Like the sunlight reflecting off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall. In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my... Oh, you do that for me? Well, when I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess let's keep that a secret for now. Not because I want to... It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift... Then it's settled. We'll leave together shortly.
Time to go.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight. Now, as promised, according to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. Merchants love to exaggerate to help make us. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. Of course, you can also use it. You're welcome. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. I'm honored to have such a caring friend. Let's go to the plaza in front of the... After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow pace. There's no rush. We can take... Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later than I imagined. Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the Cathedral Plaza during the day. Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street, although I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content. Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the cathedral choir before? The hymns they sing are... Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously had...
Oh? What's the story?
As you probably know, Captain Kaeya, we've been trying to organize an...
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choir...
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in joining a choir. So, in theory, it should have been a simple case. But, for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy. Oh, maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need. Captain Kaeya, I know you like listening to him.
Me? Music is far from my forte. But if...
Thank you so much, Captain Kaeya. Having some expert...
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already. He has the best singing voice of any poet in Mondstadt, and understands poetry better than any other singer. Plus, he's exceptionally easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern. Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, hello! Please, take a seat. We're all friends here.
Patton, one moonlit alley and an apple cider.
Ooh, excellent choices. Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together. Here's to the time spent drinking with friends. Which is more...
Ever the poet, Professor Venti. A beautiful toast from... Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment. Speaking of which, I trust you've heard
Of course! Though the format is a little on the formal side, they do sing quite beautifully. Very pleasant to listen to.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long as you can hear the singer's passion and joy in their voice, I consider it a phenomenal performance.
Passion and joy, huh? An intriguing perspective. By this...
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful hymns in the cathedral. It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful...
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought. In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that...
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so distressed.
Huh? Distressed? Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they... I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Anemo Archon weren't... Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out, however...
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite...
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough money.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You are one of the finest students ever. With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it...
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Anemo Archon. Perhaps...
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. The next time you visit her, our Kaeya is a wily character, but it's fine. I mean, the church's choral hymns aren't exactly my strong suit, what with all the finicky formalities and so on. Hey, if I'm happy and Sister Grace is happy and the audience is happy...
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the...
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat... fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean? Everyone in the choir loves to sing. But they're used to singing their favorite songs. Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that...
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an... What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be,
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler? So, Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear...
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Okay, well, let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts? Another vote of confidence.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but... Oh, well, it's not...
Looks like we're all in favor then. So let's start preparing.
Of course. I'll tell them now, and...
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more...
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler. Let me think. Since we're composing a... Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara...
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados...
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the...
Got it!
Time to go.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you. Please, don't be shy. Go... Oh, I see. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. But as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. Sure. Let's go there together.
Follow the wind.
Ah, you're here.
You took your sweet time. Psh, I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mods, and is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear?
I can guarantee he won't.
Then I wanna write this! That's a...
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir. I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we... I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should...
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks a...
That's Kaeya for you. Got it in one. I'd suggest...
Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night?
Of course you can.
I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with family.
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Let's write them down, and then Kaeya can... Kaeya?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions? I just wanted to take you to hear a performance. But that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay, I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited. If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see what's happening, and insert myself into interesting situations. Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these—
Oh, I spy 2 naughty students skipping class, and they just so happen to be the— We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like—
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares with so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him. I'm sure the Animo Archon is watching on and feels very satisfied. That's what a song of worship is all about. So, mission accomplished.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. Oh no. You've seen—
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, If you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, the swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring. Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail. Not the stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless dome. If you are a chaser of freedom, the Animo Archon will bless you.
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Let's head back together. You two, of all people, have to be there for the grand finale.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight. Now, as promised, your souvenir. Here you go. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious merchants love to exaggerate. I know you like rare things. You're welcome. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, I suppose. Okay. Souvenir run. Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Jean and Lisa will definitely be there, and with any luck, we might run into a...
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Hey, you two busy?
You must have had a tough journey, Kaeya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie. Yes, welcome back, Kaeya. Why is the honorary knight? I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaeya. I have already received your report. You did well this. A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were—
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting Grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaeya.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Here, the letter opener is for Jean, the jeweled brooch is for Lisa, and the items in the box are for everyone else.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaeya.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch, and the setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't—
Might I intrude a moment?
Albedo, is that you?
I finished the latest quarterly expenses report for the workshop. It's ready for your review. You two look like you're in good spirits.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I traveled back from Sumeru together. Ah, yes, and I
You're too kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded, and that it would be a long time before you could come out.
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
It's Klee's third time this month.
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if...
Anyway, when Klee's next, released, I'll bring her to see you sometime.
Sure, makes sense. Leave the surprise...
I'll leave these documents here.
Kaeya,
I've approved your vacation request. Use this time to relax and unwind. You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance.
Thank you. Then we'll be going.
Enjoy your vacation. But don't forget to return the
Don't worry, I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to return them in a few...
Kaeya is just...
Though there's always something...
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left. Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world... Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favon... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try... Diluc should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after. What do you think? When should we go? That works. Then I guess we'll see Diluc. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow. You made it. Brace yourself for some...
If you're not feeling well, then...
I'm fine. It's...
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I...
What are you doing here today?
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing. It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru and...
Is that it?
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve prodigious amount...
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for...
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me. My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor. Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. Ah, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, If you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would...
Quite the story. You used that one last year. Got anything else?
What? Really? I totally forgot. Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sume...
Thanks.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
You want a comment? Okay, then. This thing is very in line with your unique... Elzer, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaeya. I shall fetch it immediately.
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently...
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't... Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to Diluc by now. You can't keep being Diluc's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time he...
Take some time off, Elzer. Don't put it off. It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember...
Master Diluc, Master Kaeya, thank you both.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially... There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your...
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care of.
Really? Oh.
Where's Kaeya? Right now, just the usual day-to-day winery business. The meeting concerns research and development of new beverages, and Kaeya can answer any questions you might have while I'm not here.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best.
You asked Connor?
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just...
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer.
Such artistry. Thank you.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy...
Very well, Master Kaeya.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with
Master Kaeya, your wine and an apple cider for your friend. All freshly fermented this year. Traveler, this one's for you.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. It's...
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side. But I can go grab a...
No need. Sweet is just...
Don't mind if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fit.
Crushing the grapes improves the aroma and color of the wine during the fermentation process. If you're curious to learn more about the winemaking process, you can read our Fruit Winemaker's Manual. If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that you won't be able to stand up.
Master Kaeya is right. Harvesting grapes is back-breaking labor. But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, it's a fascinating...
Wait, so Diluc...
Oh, goodness no. Master Diluc is far too busy, not just...
Oh? And just what is Diluc?
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaeya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble D-Luke got in that time?
Ah, yes, of course. Adeland even covered for...
But on a serious note, having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the... Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, how could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself. And in thanks to the...
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you. It's a
I get a present too? Time really does fly. I still now I have wrinkles and...
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so a lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't... Master Kaeya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it?
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time. Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaeya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. Sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few...
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat.
What about your friend? Doesn't he want to
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of...
the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright...
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were short-handed?
I believe I do. In that... What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, come with me, young lad. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and... Ooh, you have nimble hands, lad. Master Kaeya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time. What a waste. Fortunately, the young master has a good head on his shoulders. Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man. Polite, kind. If I had a son as exceptional as Kaeya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt. There's a few more rows of grapes up ahead. Let's finish picking them together. Careful not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem. These grapes look excellent. You're a fast learner. I'll take them. Good. Master Kaeya left the winery and moved to Mondstadt. Just like my own... I don't know him like Miss Adeland or Master D-Luke do. But I know that no matter... And without family by your side... You at least need the companionship of friends. I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own two eyes. But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaeya. Please look out. That he is, yes. I do still think of him as a child. Wonderful. Wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like...
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you?
No jokes. Master Kaeya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading.
Of course.
Thank.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up... Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favoni... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine? It's been a long... Diluc should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow. What do you think? When should we go? Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front...
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to.
You're more punctual. Let's head inside.
Master Kaeya? And the...
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So what brings you back to the winery?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru.
Ah, what a pity. Master Diluc went out to handle...
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeland are here.
She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch.
Well, what perfect timing. I would...
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonius Head.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more.
Oh, Master Diluc might grumble, but he doesn't mean it.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for.
The name is not that literal. It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kaeya will be aware.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true.
Please, enjoy. Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills have...
How have you been recently? Is the winery's...
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started.
So, you've had no time off?
But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and...
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay.
You make a fair point.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a while.
Master Kaeya, Please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on.
While I'm resting, I shall leave Dawn.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Rest. Such great weather today. Though, it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to... Of course it's fine. I promised Elzer I'd help.
Sorry, I'm a little late to the welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve collection. The reserve collection is reserved for a reason, you know.
Oh, Adeland, surely you misheard. We were simply
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought and perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here.
How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us.
Oh, Adeland, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. If you rub it on your hands when it gets cold, your skin...
Oh my! I can't believe you remembered something like that.
Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison...
You're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily. You don't need me to look after you anymore.
True, I don't get sick as much. But speaking of being looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and my stomach missing your cooking so terribly.
Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something?
Well, now that you mention it, I do...
Steak?
Oh, yes.
Fragrant cedarwood grilled, medium, stewed
Yes, just like you always used to make.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preference. Grilling the steak over fragrant cedarwood infuses it with more flavor. Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, we usually set up a grill outdoors. I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. Okay? Right away. Master Kaeya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first, and then prepare your meal once that's underway. Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved. At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about his temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the Kaeya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be. Goodness knows he could be tricky. When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe, and don't be led on by him. As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. Do you know why it's called that? The name was coined by none other than Master Krepis when he mixed the drink for Master Kaeya himself. Oh, they were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Diluc wasn't happy about that. And he convinced Master Kaeya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine. And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaeya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around. The Captain Kaeya of today never bats an eye when he lies. But he wasn't like that at all. Anyway, they were discovered by Master Krepis in the end, and he was furious. The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub, and I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, he and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels. When Master Krepis saw that the bruises on Master Kaeya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands, Master Krepis wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaeya, so you see, Kaeya was a gentle child, and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. His friends have a special place in his heart. Kaeya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quiet... good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the...
Drinking fine wine? Eating Adeline's steak? Oh? What has Adeline been telling you? So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm in...
Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really out...
If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeline. I'm serious. We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules? After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest that...
Since it's you, Master Kaeya, I see no... I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid, so please forgive me for rebuffing. Traveler, given how petty Master Kaeya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends.
See? I do have a way with people, and now I have him here to back me up.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, but is this Dawn Winery? I'm Guangzhi, a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leo Communications Office. Here's my car.
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Adeline?
Certainly, Master Kaeya. Please...
And how might I address you, sir, as well?
Just Kaeya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who you—
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master D-Luke to cut the Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master D-Luke that our agency has expanded this year.
Master Kaeya, the apple cider you—
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your—
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master D-Luke's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the—
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhi. Though I am Master D-Luke's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to—
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew the Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now—
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are— Adeland, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the
As you wish, Master.
Thank you again for your most gracious hospitality. Today's trip was very—
Please, it was a pleasure. Here's hoping we'll have a chance to—
The guest has left, Master Kaeya. It's no skin off my nose. Master D-Luke may have a few choice words when he learns of the situation, but that's all. All I really wanted to say is, you will always be a part of the Dawn Winery family. I have never considered you an outsider. No matter when, if you ever feel tired—
I understand, Adeland. Oh, now this is a busy day.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need some rest. But on the way back, I met someone who was looking for Master Kaeya.
Kaeya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you! Come on! Let's escape! Mr. Honorary Knight! Are you grounded with Kaeya too?
Grounded? Yes, Albedo was saying something about that. Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare with
You two must have done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay. Kaeya has rescued Klee loads of times before, so when Albedo told Kaeya, "You're free now! We can go play together again!"
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly.
This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius, Klee.
Hello, miss. I'm Klee. We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaeya.
What?
I really need to take Kaeya and Mr. Honorary Knight away, so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else, and—
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry. Master Kaeya's grounding is long over.
See, Adeland, you don't need to worry about me.